I'm on the scene of yesterday's horrific bridge collapse here in Maryland, where a recovery operation is underway. Crews searching for the 6 missing construction workers. They are now presumed dead after late yesterday evening. Maryland Governor Wes Moore is going to join us now to talk to us more about the daunting task ahead and where your state is this morning. You've been on the ground working since the small hours of yesterday morning. Where do things stand with the recovery effort right now?
Well, the commitment that we made to the families was, I instructed for every asset that we have to be able to focus on that search and recovery to see if we could find survivors. As we've moved now to a recovery effort, the same commitment that I make to the families is we are going to use every asset to bring them a sense of closure.
We're talking about 6 presumed dead.
That's right.
At different points over the last 24 hours, the number was as high as 20 missing. Are you confident that 6 is the highest possible number of missing?
We're confident that 6 is the number of individuals that we're looking for and have been unaccounted for.
And you've met with the families of those 6. What are they going through this morning? What are you telling them?
My heart is broken for them. They received the worst news that they could ever possibly receive, and when they left their family members, when their family members left to go to work, they never imagined that the result would be that. Would be a bridge collapsed and now their family members missing. And the thing they wanted to stress to me when I was meeting with them was these were fathers and these were sons and these were husbands and these are people who their families relied on. And so we let them know that the state would be there for them, and we will.
I'm sure they appreciated that. There are other families that got much better news. 2 people rescued from the water, one of them injured. What do you know about the story of that rescue? How were first responders able to get to them?
Well, the heroism of our first responders was just outstanding and astounding. When that first Mayday call came in, that the power had gone out and that they had lost the ability to steer the vessel, immediately our first responders sprung into action, and we had law enforcement that were directing people off of the bridge. We had law enforcement that were telling people to stop driving on the bridge and halting traffic. That saved countless lives. And so the heroism that we saw from our first responders, both leading up to the incident and then immediately after, when we have divers in the water right now. So it's remarkable what they're doing.
What are those divers dealing with for people who don't know these waterways?
I mean, we're talking about frigid temperatures. We're talking about a moving tide. We're talking about darkness and mangled metal that's still very much in the middle of this water. So they're dealing with very treacherous situations right now as they're fulfilling this recovery mission.
Let's turn to the economic impact of all of this. The Port of Baltimore, by some estimates, employs 10,000 people, maybe even more. I know the state's going to be there to support the families of those lost. Are we talking about 10,000 unemployed people this morning in Maryland?
No, we also have to make sure we're taking care of our workers. These are people who they were not at all responsible for this. So our workers have got to be protected in all of this. And it is true. We're talking about tens of thousands of people who are directly employed, over 140,000 people who are indirectly employed by the port. This port and the economic impact of the port is not just huge on the state of Maryland. This is responsible for over 51 million tons of foreign cargo, the largest in the country. This is the Port of Baltimore imports and is responsible for more cars, more light trucks, more agricultural equipment than any other port inside this country. So this is not just going to have a massive economic impact on the state of Maryland. This is going to hurt the farmer in Kentucky. It's going to hurt the auto dealer in Michigan. This is going to impact the entire country's economy. And so it's imperative that we not just be smart and that we're coordinated and that we're compassionate, but also we've got to get this done to completion and we've got to get it done together.
Governor, you're a young man, you're a young governor. When you imagine the things you're going to face in the role that you are in right now, I am certain that this is not one of the things that comes to mind. It is a freak accident, a shocking event. How are you doing this morning, and what is your message to the people of Maryland who just lost a landmark that stood for more than 40 years?
And that bridge has been here longer than I've been alive. That's all we've known. That's our skyline, and it's now gone. The thing that I would tell the people of our state is, first, I'd ask people to continue praying for these families. No matter what kind of day we've had, they've had a worse one. So we got to pray for these families. The second thing I would tell Maryland is this: we are Maryland tough, and we're Baltimore strong. And we're going to be stronger because of this, but we're going to do it because we're going to do it together.
And you will be rebuilding. Governor Wes Moore, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Best of luck to you and your team today in this effort.
God bless you.
Appreciate it. And I will send it all back to you in New York.
All right, Tony, thank you very much.